Hello students. So today I am here to discuss the first chapter in your grammar book, which is glossary, dictionary and alphabetical order. I could not take up this first chapter before because you know that English language syllabus has got changed. So in your old book this chapter wasn't there. But in your new book this is your first chapter. So I'm going to take up this chapter for you. So here I go with the first chapter, which is glossary, dictionary and alphabetical order. So first I'll start with the definition of a glossary. So what is a glossary? Here you see the definition is given here. A glossary is an alphabetical list of the commonly unknown words with their definition. So what is a glossary? Again I am going to read the definition for you. A glossary is an alphabetical list of the commonly unknown words with their definition. So what is a glossary? It is an alphabetical list. Alphabetical list, you know, the alphabets, the English alphabets: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So these are the alphabets of the English letters. So alphabetical list. This is the alphabetical list. So A, B, C, D is the alphabetical list. So a glossary is an alphabetical list of the commonly unknown words. Commonly unknown words means some important or some unusual words. Unusual words means you don't know the meanings of those words. So those words are given with their meanings or definitions. So the words which are uncommon to you, their meanings are given and their definitions are also given. And plus these words with the meanings and the definitions are available at the end of some text. Text means, suppose if I am reading some passage from the book or from some other book. So you will see at the last one box will be given. So that box is known as the glossary. In that box some words are given with the meanings or with the definitions, and those words are available at the end of the text or a book. It is either available after the text or it is available at the end of a book. Usually glossary appears at the end of a book. Usually the glossary appears at the end of a book and it includes words within that book. Suppose if you are reading English book, so the words from the English book only will be available in the glossary box. Other subject words will not be available. So either from a text or if you are reading some text, so the words from that same text only will be available, not from the other text. So the words from the same passage or from the same book will be available in a glossary. It won't provide you many words, but it will only provide you the words from the same book or from the same text. So it is limited. The words are limited. It is restricted to the syllabus prescribed or to a text given. Now we'll move on to dictionary. What is a dictionary? A dictionary is similar to a glossary. They both provide definitions of words in alphabetical order. Again, I am going to read the definition for you all. A dictionary is similar to a glossary. They both provide definitions of words in alphabetical order. I've already told you what is an alphabetical order. So what is a dictionary? You know, a dictionary is a book. You can see this book. Yes, I've just got one book, this dictionary book for you, so that you can see what is a dictionary. I'm sure most of you have got this dictionary at home with you. Most of you all have this dictionary with you all. So yeah, this is a dictionary. So a dictionary is a book. It is a book that contains a list of the words. You can see so many words are given here in the dictionary. Yeah. So a dictionary is a book that contains a list of the words in English language. So you can see the words are given in English. Yeah. In English language in the alphabetical order. You can see the words are given in the alphabetical order. A comes first, then B, then C, then D. It's not like B comes first and then A comes at last. No, it follows the alphabetical order. It follows a certain order so that it will be easy for you to find out the words. Suppose if you want to know the meaning of some word which starts with B, so you know that it will come in B category, B list only. Right, so it will be easy for you to find the words or the meanings. That is why the words are given in the alphabetical order, and the words are given in the alphabetical order with their meanings. So the words are given and their meanings are also given, and it can be both in English and in Hindi. Translation is given in both English and Hindi. So English and Hindi translation is available in the dictionary, but in glossary, English and Hindi translation is not available. Words are given in English and their meanings or their definitions are also given in English. Whereas in dictionary, you that the meanings are given both in Hindi and in English. Okay. So now I am going to read the next line. Glossaries only give words from the text. So what do you understand by this glossary? Glossary, it only provides the words from the text. From the text. It won't provide the words from other passage or from other book. It will only provide the words from the same text which you are reading or from the same book which you have studied in the syllabus. You can see here the example is also given at the corner. You see my glossary, the heading is given, and you see under it some words are given like laptop. What is the meaning of laptop? The definition is given here. A small computer you can use on your lap. Similarly, desktop, a large computer you use on a desk. And then keyboard, the button on a computer with letters and numbers. You can see all these words like laptop, desktop, keyboard. All these are words from computer book. It is not from English book. So the words from the same book are given under glossary box, not from other book. So the words from computer book is given in this glossary box. So glossary contains the words which are from the same book, either from the same book or from a same text which you are reading, from the same passage or same text or same syllabus, same book. So it contains the words from the same book, same text or same passage. It won't give you the words from outside of it, like the other book. No, it will only provide you some specific words which are there in your book or which are there in your text. Now we'll move on to the next paragraph. Dictionaries give every word in English language. Dictionaries are online too. I've already told you that dictionaries, they give every word in English language. The words are given in English and their meanings are given in Hindi and English both. Dictionaries are online too. Online too means dictionaries are available online too, means you can even search on Google. Dictionaries are available in Google also. You will type, Google dictionaries are available in your phone or in your computer. You can easily type and then you can find out the meanings of the difficult words which you are not understanding. If you are reading a digital text and need to know the meaning of a word, there are several online dictionaries. Suppose if you are reading something from your phone or from your computer, if you're reading something from Google, searching something from Google, and some uncommon words occurs, which meanings you don't know the meanings of those words. So what you will do, you can immediately type the text, either type the text or type the word, and you will see that the meanings are given there in Google dictionary or in some other dictionaries which are available in your phone. You can type the word and you can easily find out the meanings of it. So yeah, dictionaries are available online too, and there are several online dictionaries. Several means there are many online dictionaries. You can easily type on Google. There are so many dictionaries: English to Hindi translation, Hindi to English translation, Hindi to Marathi translation, or Bengali translation. So it is available in all other languages too in online dictionaries. Not in book, but it is available in online dictionaries. You simply type a word and the definition pops up. Pops up means comes on your screen. Comes up on your screen. So you can easily type the word in your phone or on your computer, and the definition of that word or the meaning of that word will immediately pops up on your screen. Pops up means comes on your screen. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next paragraph. Every day in the school classroom, when your class teacher takes your attendance and calls out your names, it is in A, comma B, comma C, comma D, and so on, like order. This helps to record and call out names quickly and easily. This is called the alphabetical order. I've already explained you what is the alphabetical order, but here the example is given that every day in the school classroom, I'm sure if I take the attendance or the other teacher takes the attendance in your classroom, how do we call out your names? How do we take your attendance in class? Like we call out your names in the alphabetical order. Like A comes first. For example, A for Akash. So I call out the name Akash. Then B for Bhavna. And C for Chandan. D for Dinesh. So all these names will come in the alphabetical order so that it will be easy for us to know that how many students are there from A alphabet, how many students are there from B alphabet, how many students are there from C alphabet, and so on. So it is easy for us to maintain record. It is easy for us to maintain record. So when we write the names in the alphabetical order, it is easy for us or for the other people to make the record easily. So that is why whenever we take the attendance or whenever we maintain the register, the attendance register, we write the names in the alphabetical order so that it will be easy for us to maintain the record of the students, of the number of students present in the class or they are in the class. So this helps, same thing is written here, this helps to record and call out names quickly and easily. It is easy for us to call out their names quickly and easily because I know after A, B will be there. After B, C will be there. So it is easy for us to call out the names. Alphabetical order follows A. After A, B comes. Then B after B, C comes, and then C after C, D comes. It will not be like that. D comes first, and then A comes last, or K comes in between, or K comes at first. Not like that. It has to follow a specific order, like the alphabetical order. After A, B has to be there, and after B, C has to be there. Like that, we have to follow the order. So this is called the alphabetical order. Thus, the A, B, C, D order is known as the alphabetical order. I've already explained you what is the alphabetical order. A, B, C order is known as the alphabetical order. So yeah, that's it. But I just want to tell you that there's one difference between a glossary and a dictionary. In glossary, you would find out the words from the same text. I mean the words with their meanings and the definitions from the same text or from a same passage or from the same book. Whereas in dictionaries, you would find out many words, not just limited words, but many words. Many means so many words are available in the dictionary. But in glossary, only limited words are available. Only the words which are related to the text or the passage or from the book are available in the glossary. Whereas in dictionary, all the words from other text or from other books or from other passages or from any other content, it is available in the dictionary. It has got a wider glossary, has got limited words, whereas dictionary has got many words. So yeah, that's it. So that's all for today. Now I'm going to take up the exercises of this chapter in the next video, and I'll be even taking the exercises of all the other chapters as well, which we have studied in the previous video, as the exercises of the old book are not there in a new book. So I'm going to take up the exercises from the new book again, but not in this video. I'm going to take up the exercises in the next video. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you.